All right, so we're going to finish up the last three character archetypes today. So let's look at the caregiver. So this is the person who's obviously always taking care of others, and most of the time they have to sacrifice things to help them, and they're willing to do that because they care very deeply about the other characters. Sometimes this is called the parent. The strengths are that they're honorable, selfless, and loyal. But their weaknesses, they lack personal ambition or leadership. They don't want to lead. They don't want things for themselves. They're there to help others. So Mary Poppins from Mary Poppins would be an example of this. She's really there to help the kids she's taking care of. Beth March from Little Women. She's the sister who is always concerned for others. She doesn't really have many personal goals other than to help others. And then, of course, you can even have a helicopter parent. That's a parent who's always hovering over their child's shoulder, be the caregiver. So I have Marlin from Finding Nemo, obviously incredibly worried about Nemo. And we see this a lot in the beginning. Although he does get better over the course of the film, he's still very much a caregiver. He's going to sacrifice everything to take care of his son. The Everyman. This is the character who all people can identify with. It's sometimes called like the common person or the people's person. So the strengths are that they're grounded and relatable. They're set in reality, and they're kind of the person who, when crazy things are happening, they're the person who's going to be like, "Can you believe this is going on?" Weaknesses are that they lack special power because they're supposed to be relatable to the audience, and none of us has magical power that we know of, and they're often unprepared for what's to come. So the first example being Bilbo Baggins from The Hobbit. At the beginning of The Hobbit, Gandalf just kind of invites all of these dwarves into his house, and he's confused and upset, and then Gandalf's like, "You're going on a journey with them," and he's like, "What?" And in a lot of the situations, he's very confused. And that's what makes him so relatable to the audience, because we would feel the same in that situation. Most of the characters from Stranger Things, I know we have some Stranger Things fans listening, they're everyman because they're grounded in reality, but then something crazy happens and they have to learn how to deal with that, but they're still relatable to us because they react in similar ways. And then Alice from Alice in Wonderland, she goes from, you know, the normal world to Wonderland and has to deal with that as a person who doesn't have special powers, doesn't know what's to come, and she has to deal with that as one of us. And then the Jester. This is the funny character, or someone who plays tricks. They make jokes, but they can also reveal important truths. So even though they might be joking like the majority of the time, they can still reveal things to our characters that are important. So their strengths are that they're funny or insightful. Insightful meaning that they can reveal important truths. But weaknesses can be obnoxious and superficial. So we're going to see this in some of our characters. So R2-D2 and C-3PO are often referred to as the comic relief of Star Wars, which they are very funny, but they can also, you know, have some insights. The genie from Aladdin, Kamala Khan from Miss Marvel, and then my favorites, Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets, who are always criticizing what's going on in the show. Now, they're funny, even though they're very negative, and they often reveal things about our characters, about what's going on behind the scenes. So today, you're going to actually be focused on one of these, but you'll see that when you head over to classwork and complete the prompt over there.